Okay, so the first step with this WordPress process will be to log into WordPress. On mine, I actually have a site that I'm always pre-logged into. If I want to switch my sites, though, I can go into my different sites that I have here. But I want to start a new site. So down here, it says add a new site. I don't know, yours might look a little different since you're going to be coming in for the first time. So we might have to work through that a little bit, but basically you just need to find a place to add a new site. And so you'll get two options here. We're just going to do create a new WordPress.com site. We're not going to use Jetpack. I've actually never used Jetpack. So let's just push start. And so it's going to ask you, what type of site you're building. And so we are going to be building, this is our portfolio website. We already built one, HTML and CSS, but this is actually going to be probably the one that you might actually end up publishing and using. So there's some popular searches here. You can, obviously, if you want it to be for something else, but luckily it's already kind of in here, the ones that you might choose from. I will just go with graphic designer. It kind of shows you the preview of your site. And they say, you can customize it with your own text and photos. So we'll just push continue. This is going to be a pretty basic. So I already put this in. Mary Ward Design is what's going to be, up here. It's the name of my site. So continue. MaryWardDesign.com is taken. That's because I already have that domain. Give your site an address. That's the next thing. So this is the domain name. And I can say, yes, I own this domain. And I can actually hook it up, transfer to WordPress.com. But I'm not going to do that right now. I kind of want to make sure that it's looking the way I want it to look before I transfer my domain. So I'm just going to use a free one. And you guys are probably going to want to use a free one too. If we kind of go through here, you can kind of see maryward.design, first year included. So they have a couple plans here with different extensions on the end. .com is obviously probably the most preferable one because some of these other ones aren't used as much, and they're probably cheaper, I think. If you go with different options, it probably is more expensive to get a .com domain. But luckily there's always kind of a free one that you can use right here, typically marywarddesign.com at WordPress.com, and it'll have that WordPress.com on it. And I'll just go with this because it's free. So push select. So it says, what plan's right for you. You can actually kind of, you could actually, if you guys want to pay for these, you can. Obviously the one with the commerce on it or a shopping cart connected to it has the most features and it's going to be the most expensive. So that one's $45 per month. Hopefully you'd be selling more than $45 a month worth of merchandise off that site, if you did decide to do that. Small businesses, you might want a few more things that are in there. And you can see the different things in each of these plans. So you can actually look in here and see what you really want. But we're just going to start with a free site. So it's thinking here. And so here we are. You can also do this setup thing. You can create your home page, create a tagline, launch your site. Yeah, so we could potentially, I've never done this before. It takes 20 minutes, so I don't think we're going to do this right now. But if you want to go this route, I'm sure you could go ahead and do that. So we're on the free plan. There's not really any stats to, think of here. Nothing going on here yet. But so let's go into the site menu. So here's the pages. We just have a home page in here. And then if we want to add new pages, we would do it right here. Posts. This is probably, for a blog, so you can create posts if you're a writer, if you like to have a lot of posts. I usually don't do post pages because I don't need that. I don't want that necessarily. So here's some preloaded media. I mean, obviously, if we wanted to, we could add, you can add them from the Google Photos library, the WordPress library. There's a free photo library in here too. So if you want to look in here, you can search for photos. I don't really typically use those services. So you can have an images folder, you can have documents in here. So like if you have a Word file that you want to bring in, doesn't look like this is something that you'd have to upgrade for, and I'm guessing the audio is as well. Yeah, but you can at least store images and documents, which is going to cover most of your bases. So like if we go into, sorry, I'm kind of skipping ahead here. So if we're just going to skip the comments section and the feedback section for now. We'll just kind of go into the more important sections here. So if we could open up this design section, this is kind of the design of your site. So if we can customize this. So site identity. So we need to bring in a site logo. So if I go to Mary Ward Design, I can actually, let's see, sorry. I think I can actually pull my logo off of this Wix site that I made a few years ago. And I can select a logo, select files here, navigate to my desktop and find that logo, choose that. And let's add some alt text to this. So Reward Design logo. I don't think it needs a caption, but we could potentially put, I would highly suggest putting an alt text on all images. That's going to help with search engine optimization. It's going to help with, people using screen readers are going to be able to kind of tell what things are. So you need to use alt text on all of your images. So you can add a description. I don't think a logo needs a caption really. So select. I don't really want to crop the image here. I'm not sure why this is. So okay, sorry. So select this. It keeps on going into this crop mode, which I'm not really wanting it to do. But so now it's got my logo in there. It's a little too small, but Mary Ward Design, my title, I don't really know. Maybe I don't even want a title on there. I kind of want to make my logo bigger at some point, but tagline, I don't know if I had one on my other site. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just copy this over. You guys are probably going to have to, come up with things. You're not going to be able to do it this way, but so you can actually click this on and off if you want. I guess I'll leave it on there for now. The site icon is basically the favicon. So it's looking like it should be 512 by 512 pixels. This could be that ICO. We're calling it a site icon, but it's actually the favicon. It's that little image that comes up in the browser window. So to do that, we would do favicon.io, and we're going to be using generating from an image, and I will upload my website logo here. If I really wanted to do a stellar job of this, I guess I would probably open up my logo in Photoshop and probably maybe simplify it. I have a transparency on this logo too because it's PNG. But I could maybe... I could just make it the MW. So maybe I'll just select the MW and isolate that. Or maybe I'll just isolate this text. Actually, maybe I'll just crop. I'm just going to crop it. So I think this will be more successful if it's like this, as far as the Favicon goes, the design of the Favicon. So I'm just going to crop it into this type of a format. I'm going to make it grayscale just because I want to, well, let's see. Maybe I want to fill in the background. So I just created a new layer and then do edit, fill with a color. I'm going to use black. Push OK. And then put that underneath. So I can make it a little bit more, pop off of it a little bit better. I think that's going to work better for me. I'll just save this out. New folder, Mary Ward. Great. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now, but and then I don't want it to be, I want it to be a PNG. Because Favicons either have to be PNGs or ICO. And I'm going to bring it into this favicon.io site to make it an ICO file, because that's actually going to work a lot better than the ICO will work better in more browsers. So I'm going to download these files and I can bring those into, gosh, I've got a lot of things open. But I'm going to find my downloads folder. Okay, there it is. Jeez, got too many things open. But so here's my Favicon. I'm just going to bring that in. And it's a zip file, so I'll open it up. I'll double click on it, open it up. I can probably just delete the zip file actually since I opened it now. And then now there's different sizes in here. And here's the 512 by 512 that they mentioned on WordPress. So we'll just bring that in. We just need to get back into WordPress now. So I've got too many things open. So started on that Squarespace site, but we're gonna just do WordPress for now because we're running out of time in the semester. So so let's see. Select an icon, upload files, select files, and we'll go in here and we'll do the 512 by 512. Choose that. And I don't know, just add some description. I might actually say Mary Ward Design logo. Just change some of these. And the reason I'm doing this is for search engine optimization. It's always good. To put this stuff in here. It does help. So taking the time, the alt text is necessary, all this stuff is necessary. So select that. And actually, I might actually remove this and select a different. I'm actually going to see what the square format would look like. It automatically wants to crop things when you, that's a new feature. But just, that might look a little bit better. Doesn't look, well, no, let's see. I'm going to, am I doing the right one? I don't want to be, this one's bigger, so maybe we should try that one. Anyway, that's how you add the logo. I'll start up with the next video on the next thing here.